Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Happy Solstice. It's me, Elizabeth, and I'm going to do a collective reading for all of you for whomever needs a message for the solstice. So let's see what wants to come out. I'm in my garage studio right now, and the sun is going down on the longest day of the year. So you may hear some birds in the background, and eventually the light above me will go out and it'll be a bit darker in here. So we'll be doing this by mostly candlelight. So welcome everybody. If you are up north in the northern hemisphere, we are in summer. Happy summer. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it would be winter. So happy winter to all of you. And I am doing your July readings as scheduled. So look out for all of your July readings sign by sign. But what I decided to do first were elemental readings and tarot forecasts for the season ahead. So for the next 3 months by earth, air, fire, and water. So I already recorded water because it's Cancer season. So happy birthday to all of the Cancers. And I already recorded fire because then it will be Leo season. So I'll be doing earth and air tomorrow morning. So you'll have a tarot cast, a forecast for the next 3 months. And that'll be by element, not sign by sign, but by element, earth, air, fire, water. So also the way that you can use those readings is if you want to tap into the energy of water or you want to tap into the element of air, you can look to those as sort of like, what is it that you want to connect with and get a message from, because there'll be messages for the elements of air, fire, water, and earth, but they'll also be from those elements. So hopefully you'll enjoy those. This is just going to be a message for whomever needs it. So happy Solstice Gateway. So for this current moment, thank you to the angels, guides, and our highest selves. Let's get a message for whomever needs it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. So we get dream, rest, allowing, and attraction. This is beautiful. This is an elder. This is a spirit guide. This is your connection to the divine. I love the headdress there, has the peacock feathers. So it's about allowing and dreaming and resting as well. So that's interesting that this is a place of very passive manifestation that we're seeing here. The peacock spirit talks about letting yourself shine, not playing small. It's about dreaming, so dreaming big. This is a portal of manifestation, and it's happening very quietly here with this elder. I want to call him an elder or her. Actually, it looks like a feminine. So allowing, number 39, which equals a 12, which breaks down to a 3. So the divine feminine energy coming out. Beautiful. No dream is too big. So I think one of the things that they're saying is really dream big, but also to rest a little bit. It's not about forcing anything. And this is beautiful. Number 41, we're getting flight, letting go, ease, and forgiveness. So you are preparing to take flight, to release, to have a clearing. I love that the border here is very white. So it does feel like there's a clearing. It's this figure and her wings look they're very red. So like the energy of the root chakra, but also that higher wisdom of taking flight and ease. So like I was saying, I feel like it's sort of like letting go of forcing, letting go of pushing, letting go of trying to make something happen, really trying to force things, and resting into it, allowing, going into your dream space. You may have flying dreams. So some of you may be experiencing flight or travel inside of your dream space where you're doing a lot of traveling, the feathers, and then here it's like you have wings, but there's also this big release. So it's like a clearing, it's a releasing of a lot of density because it's talking about forgiveness too. So that may resonate for some of you if you've been dealing with some harder energies and you're in a place of like, you're really trying to attract in more positivity, more growth, more lightness, more higher vibrational things. then part of that's going to be forgiveness, and it could be forgiving yourself, or there's a specific situation that's calling for that, because you're ready to take flight. So it's not about sitting still inside of this place of dreaming and attracting and allowing. You're actually going to be, there's going to be a lightening and movement inside of that. Yeah, the ancestors and the spirit guides are really coming in here. This is a number 5, and it says spirit warrior. Look at him. So we're getting the balance of the masculine and the feminine. And here it says grounding, commitment, and wisdom. So there are guides that are with all of you right now. We're getting the masculine and the feminine as your guides, and you're at the center of this. So they came out like this with the feminine energy first, you in the center, and the masculine energy coming out third of the warrior. So this is the one who will protect you. This is your own inner masculine and feminine, your own divine nature. It's really beautiful, where, you know, you can rest and you can sort of chill is what I'm hearing, but that you also have this very protective energy that's with all of you right now. So if you've been feeling like, again, with the forgiveness and the releasing and the letting go, if you've been feeling like that there's been something that's trying to block you or create chaos in your life or havoc in your life, that you are very protected here, because he has that warrior spear. So this is definitely these are definitely guides that are coming in for everybody right now as you're ready to take flight. And it's a time of more ease. So that's something that this portal is bringing in, is more ease for all of you. Like I said, not having to force or push anything. Like, you don't have to force yourself on to any situation right now. Let go, relax, release, and allow, and dream in this process. No dream is too big. Bottom of the deck, we're getting the elementals. I feel like these are the elementals. It says plant spirit here, which is really beautiful. So I'm feeling some healing happening here, like deep cellular healing on a cellular level for everybody. This is good health that wants to come in. And this says interdependence, growth, and support, number 16, which equals a 7. So I'm feeling the energy of healing around this, and also where all things are connected in the interdependence. So all of the inside of the plant kingdom, I feel like they're coming in as guides, and they're coming in for support to support you during this time, because there is growth. You're going through growth right now. There's like a growth cycle that's going to be happening for you with this solstice gateway. Beautiful, and good health and prosperity at the bottom of all of this. So that's maybe something that you're not seeing. So let's pull some tarot. And like I said, I will be listing all of the decks in the description box below, so you can check out the decks. The tarot deck that I'm using is out of print, but I will list it in case anybody wants to try to look for it. It's the Arthurian tarot. Arthurian, so like King Arthur and the Round Table. All right, so let's get some tarot messages for everybody during this solstice gateway and portal. You are a spirit warrior too. So I think that that's another message from him, is that you are a spirit warrior. So spirit really sees how much you've been fighting. Maybe you're having some internal battles or external conflicts, but that you have been brave, and you it's a time for you also with this peacock spirit, the peacock feathers coming out, to be able to express yourself, to let yourself be seen. I'm feeling like a coming out, almost like an emergence with that flight, emerging to more of your dreams, having courage to pursue them, to really go after them and to make them happen, but with more ease and grace. So we're getting the Two of Cups coming out. Beautiful. And this is healing here. This is a beautiful healing energy with the Two of Cups. We're seeing like a sort of ship. These two are on a mission. They're on a journey here. It's a beautiful energy of love and divine counterparts. It's Tristan and Isolde. So if you know the story between them, they were sort of like star-crossed lovers in a sense. She was betrothed to King Mark, and she fell in love with Tristan. So they weren't supposed to be together, but they were destined for one another, and they had to go through a lot in order to be together. You can look up the mythology of Tristan and Isolde. But in any event, it's a beautiful energy of love and divine union. And we get the 5 of Cups. So there's this energy of sort of loss. For some people, can be about lost dreams or lost opportunities. 4 of Swords, and here's the rest and the integration and the processing and the healing that I was feeling. Yeah, so this is Isolde here, and it's Isolde of the white hands. So this is where the feminine in this situation is going for healing. So she is in this place of perhaps there may have been something that was disappointing. The 5 is connected into the spirit warrior. So the 5 and the 5 about some type of a loss or a sadness or grief, change, that there's been change around a relationship or something within you, some type of a loss that you've experienced or sadness, where you're going to be healing from that. So this is, it's interesting that this solstice is actually a portal for healing and even for forgiveness and letting go. Yes, the 6 of Swords. So this is where you're going to be moving on to much happier times, taking that journey. This is the flight here. And it's interesting because the 41, 4 plus 1 equals 5. So this has been a season, I want to say this past season, there was a lot of change. There may have been a lot of turmoil or some chaos or conflict within your life. And now into this new season is where you're going to be putting the past behind you. So I'm feeling like a releasing of the past. And deep, deep soul healing, because Isolde of the white hands. So she herself may be giving healing to someone. So some of you yourself, you are healers, and you will be helping a lot of people. Perhaps you're helping other people along this journey, this transition. So there's going to be a transition away from some harder times. Wow, the 7 of Cups, and I'm feeling like, this is connected to dreams, and there's like this little dragon here, and he's howling. It's the questing beast. So this quest for the dream, this quest for peace, this quest for growth and expansion, it's really what's at the forefront here. And perhaps because we go from the 5 of Cups to then the 6 of Swords to the 7 of Cups, so 5, 6, 7, there's progression that's happening here. We even have a 4 on the board, so 4, 5, 6, and 7. And there is a progression, because now we're ending with the 7, where you're really going to be asking yourself, what is true for me? What is right for me? What can I let go of? What doesn't feel like I don't need to hold on to anymore? What feels like I can let go of? The 10 of Cups coming out. So that's really beautiful. This is the total blessing. And it's the castle here, and it's where everything is in a place of harmony and peace, and there's love that's reciprocated. So that's very interesting. If this is about a relationship, okay, so let's do a little love reading here. If this is about a love message, then what's coming out for all of you is that there was a relationship that perhaps you've been grieving the loss of, and you've had to do a lot of healing around it. And I feel that your healing is almost complete inside of this solstice gateway and portal, that you've really done a lot of healing around a situation or a relationship. And now you're ready to move forward, and you're ready to leave it behind you. But there's still like, there's like a beautiful longing. Like, I don't see this as like a longing that, that is like low vibrational. I feel like this is a very high vibrational longing here, like a strong longing or desire or yearning for love, for a dream. That's that dream energy that came out, and that you really are like you're a warrior inside of your own heart, because a lot of cups energy, 2 of cups, 5 of cups, 7 of cups, and 10 of cups, and it's all progressing. So I think that you're dreaming of harmonious relationships, and this doesn't have to be romantic. It can be friends. It can be inside of, you know, your work life, just your own relationship with yourself, that you're looking to release some sadness and of the past and disappointments, and do the healing and then move on, because it's perfectly progressed. It's really beautiful. There's total progression here. So let's see what else comes. The 2 of Spears, and this is where the fire energy comes in, and this is where it's about like having the confidence to go for it. So this is where the spirit warrior comes in, the spears, and this spirit warrior here, he's holding the spear. So this is where you're going to have a new path open up. You're manifesting a new path. You're bringing it in. You're attracting it to you with the dream card. You're attracting this new path. And the way that you're doing that is through this letting go and forgiving and releasing, for the sake of your own growth, for the sake of your own peace, for the sake of, you know, your happiness, that it's time to release. It's time to let go. And forgiveness comes in stages. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. So I'm not here to push premature forgiveness upon anyone, because it's something that is a process and there's layers to it. So even if you are just forgiving yourself, or I don't know, just looking at the feelings that are coming up for you and allowing yourself to feel them, and allowing yourself to do some healing around them, so that you can look at your options and look at your choices in a real way, and determine like what are your dreams currently. So inside of this gateway, like what are your dreams? What are you dreaming of? And that you can go for it. The 3 of Shields, I love this because this is where we get like sort of practical with it. What are the steps that you need to take? Inside of the 2 of Spears, where the fire energy comes in, about like fire is the action that you take out into the world. So it's the things that you're going to do. And then here she has, it says the homespun tunic. So this is the feminine, and she's inside of the castle walls, and the light is shining upon her, right? She's just being illuminated with light. She's being healed with white light here, and she's doing the work. So this is where you're getting to work, and you're seeing what it is that you can work on, like, you know, perhaps with other people, but I don't know, she's kind of doing this on her own here. And then we see the King of Cups, and it's the Fisher King. So this is like a Grail King here, the Fisher King with the King of Cups. So Scorpio energy. So this is where you're having a sort of mastery over the emotions, over the heart. The healing is going to be complete inside of whatever situation this is. Like you'll have a depth of knowledge about all of the things that you've been working on, about whatever it is that you're processing. You're going to have a lot of intelligence around it. And it's interesting because we're getting 2 energies of Scorpio. We're getting the King of Cups with death. So this is fascinating because we have the south node of the moon that's in Scorpio this year. And this would be speaking to the south node. It would be speaking to the things that you're being called to let go of, to release, to not carry with you any longer. Like, because I feel like a lot of this red that's around her are the things that she's letting go of, whether it's sadness, guilt, shame, fear, anger, all of that. It's what she's releasing. And that's the Scorpio energy of transition, transformation. It's the death energy of release, of ending of things, and putting things to bed. In a way that is kind of quiet. Like there's a quietness that's happening here. So speaking to whatever you know, union or non-union that you have, or thing that you're letting go of and releasing. You're going to come out of this very much transformed. Like you'll feel different. You will feel more in touch with your heart, like more compassionate. Yes. More in tune with the way that you feel. The star coming out after the death. And this is beautiful because that shooting star is actually a dragon, and it's the fire drake. So this is the fire drake dragon that sort of freed, it brought renewed hope and healing to an entire kingdom. So inside of the Arthurian legends, this is when Uther Pendragon was able to take the castle from Vortimer, who was a very difficult, it was a difficult time. So this was sort of pre-Arthur. And so it was, this is the sign of hope. This is the sign of healing and a promise of good things to come. So you're all getting a promise of good things to come. For those of you who are still watching this, you're getting a promise of good things to come. It's going to be around definitely releasing, definitely tracking down your fears with the spirit warrior that came out for all of you, like tracking down your fears and facing something head on. That's what I'm seeing with this Two of Spears here. It's like you're picking the timeline, you're picking the new path, and you're going to allow yourself to sort of quietly do this work because it feels very quiet. So this new season, it may feel a bit more quiet. And there's a lot of transformation that's happening. And then there's the promise of something much better, much brighter coming to all of you. So let's get some more oracle messages. I hope that this is resonating for some of you, like whoever needs this message. And I feel like the star, it goes back to that 10 of Cups that we saw, and the little dragon who's kind of like the questing dragon. So it's a return to your dreams. It's a return to hope, and a return to yourself sort of feeling the promise of good things coming to you, and good things coming to the world as well, because this is a collective message. So it's also, you know, collectively, like the energies, perhaps these are energies that you're seeing inside of, you know, your friends, your family, some of your soul connections. People may really be going through this. Some of you are releasing relationships. You're definitely like in a place of perhaps, sorry, I just felt something. I'm barefoot and I'm like in my garage. So I'm like, are there any creatures around me here? All good though. Yes, confronting your opposite polarity encounter in the Wistman's Wood. She always reminds me of Goddess Bridget with the fire, very, very, very red hair. And she has, I want to say it's a hawk or a falcon. So this is a very protective kind of bird that's with all of you, and she's confronting something. Like I was saying, it's facing the fears. It goes back to this flight. The red really, really stood out to me. So whether it's whether this is a person or a situation that you are confronting, or the remnants of it, I feel that this is you really being in your power, not backing down. That's the spirit warrior that's coming out, not letting anything derail you, take you off course, because you're definitely on this path of transformation right now. Like there's things that are transforming in your life. You're clearing out a lot of old energy. She's confronting the opposite polarity. And it's interesting here because we see like a nod to the deer. So she's consulting also with like a spirit guide or a guardian here. And she is not afraid. So this is not a time to have any fear over anything that, you know, could potentially creep back up and cause you more pain, or like I'm hearing like derail you, because you are silently focusing on something. And I think that something is happiness and love and, you know, happiness and love and purpose and meaning and all of that. And here you're getting the sword with the Lady of the Lake. Oh my, find and hold your own power. So I called in Archangel Michael for this reading. I didn't tell you that, but I did. I was sort of like in the house, and I was had gone to the bathroom and got some water before the reading, and I was calling in Archangel Michael. So here's where you are getting that sort of protection. The Lady of the Lake is related to the tales of Arthur and the legend of Arthur, because she brought, along with the Sidhe, that's funny, the Sidhe, or they're the part of the fairy kingdom, the Sidhe, it's spelled S-I-D-H-E. They're like the royalty of the fairy kingdom. They fashioned the sword and the stone. So the sword and the stone came from, like, you know, another realm here, another realm of existence. And this is Vivienne, or the Lady of the Lake, and she's coming to you with the sword. So it's not only for protection, but it's also about your own power. So you're confronting an opposite polarity, and this may be the polarities inside of yourself. It probably is, of why you can't take flight, why you're feeling disappointed, sad, angry. And these are all okay. These are human emotions. So we're not shaming them, and we're not trying to like never feel them again, because of course we will. That's this realm that we live in. But cultivating more joy and happiness and transformation inside of yourself with the sword. So you also have the ability with these opposite polarities that may be in the form of other people, with the Two of Cups there, in the form of other people that may actually be the opposite polarity. You're going to be integrating them, you're going to be confronting them, and you're going to have the sword that can help to repair whatever sort of like whatever you need to be repaired, whatever healing it is that you need. Michael's sword will help you with that. Michael's sword will also to release attachments. So again, I'm just seeing this flight as like you are emerging from something much heavier. Perhaps you've been feeling bound, like I'm feeling the energy of the devil, feeling bound into some kind of a lower energy. And this is where you're absolutely breaking free from this. It's so beautiful. So you're getting two very powerful feminines here. I feel like we'll get a third and see what wants to come out with the Lady of the Lake. So wow, we get fairy love, you guys. Follow your heart. And there's the Two of Cups again. This is beautiful. So a fairy love, and I was just talking about the Sidhe, and they are the royal order of the fairies. They're very, very high level fairies. So with the Two of Cups and the 10 of Cups and the Star card, many of you are calling in beautiful soulmate connections. And you're, maybe if it's someone from your past, this could be twin flame energy here. If it's someone from your past, they may be coming in. They may be coming in. The Six of Swords can be that they're traveling towards you. You're making your way towards each other. And there's going to be a lot of healing. So for some of you regarding twin flame union, where there was an ending, you know, you were left very sad, very disappointed, very hurt. Lancelot and Elaine inside of that Five of Cups. They may have been with a karmic partner. They may have been with someone that was sort of Lancelot and Elaine there. So they, you or them, you're healing that and transitioning back towards each other is something that I'm seeing here. And for those of you that that's not the case for, this is just a beautiful energy of the healing inside of your own internal masculine and feminine. And I'm just seeing where many of you are calling in a soulmate, a soul connection, divine love, divine union. It's fairy love. So follow your heart. I think that's also the message from this little dragon here, is to follow your heart. He's the questing dragon. So this is sort of some of you may identify with the Holy Grail, with that mission, with that quest, the soul, the journey of the soul, like really finding your own cup, your own divinity, and all of that. You're dreaming of love. You're dreaming of happy relationship, all of that. for those of you that it's resonating for, follow your heart. Allow yourself to release heavier energies and let go of the past, because this is what wants to come in for you. And it's about, you know, being in this beautiful place of truth and power of who you are. Wow. Okay, so we got the Death card, and I was feeling South Node Scorpio, old karmic relationships, karmic situations, even inside of work or family. It is about releasing all of that. This is a Templar knight here, and he's in prayer. He has his sword. He's got his shield. He's gotten off the horse, and it says, let peace prevail, and it says love conquers death. So we did see that Death card and the card of Scorpio with the Fisher King. So I feel that for the divine masculine, or just for the masculine energy, you are in a place of deep, deep transformation. So for the masculines that are watching this, you are in a place of deep transformation. The Fisher King with the Templar Knight, who, you know, they were keepers of the Holy Grail. You know, and we'll talk about the positively polarized Templars when they were first created, and what their mission was to guard the Grail. So you are on this mission. You're receiving a deep transformation to the masculines that are watching this. And I should just do a twin flame reading to piggyback on top of this. And for the feminine energy, I feel that the feminine energy is in a place of really releasing a lot of, whether it's like resentment or anger, stuck energy, you know, and confronting her own opposite polarity, and even the ones that are mirrored to you in the world, just confronting them and moving beyond them, because you're receiving this this truth and this wisdom. So it's interesting because both the feminine and the masculine have their sword there. So there's like a very, very powerful energy of being in power and being in truth. Wow, that's really amazing. And like I said, I feel the masculine energy is really going through a big transformation. It's the end of karmic cycles. That's what I'm seeing with this Death card. It is the end of karmic cycles. For a lot of people with the lightning bolts there, like there's a lot of storm energy, there's a lot of change, and it's sudden because he's riding on this horse, like the horse is flying through the sky, and there's actually a whole pack of horses. So that's really interesting inside of this energy, that there's an entire pack of horses there. So this is happening on a collective level, and masculine, feminine, because I feel like there's it's Gwen and Nud and the Wild Hunt. So this is where the masculine and the feminine energies are really united, with that Two of Cups being the first card out. The masculine and feminine energies are uniting. They're coming together. So whether this is your own inner Hieros Gamos, your own inner union of your masculine and your feminine, your own inner holy marriage and alchemy, but also that this is where partnerships are at. So, and the star is ushering in a time of like deep, deep healing and a promise of hope, a promise of really, really, really positive things to come. So it's, this is sort of a smorgasbord. It's, I'm hearing potluck. This is a potluck where everybody is bringing their own dish to the table, and it's like a powerful feast, like a feast. There's a big feast that's happening at the end of all of this. I'm seeing a vision of a feast. So yes, I'm seeing divine counterpart union. I'm seeing endings to things that are ready to end. I'm seeing you ready to really fight for your dreams, and all of that. So this does feel rather twin flame. Divine counterpart, union energy. Wow. Okay, let's see what else we have. We get self-love. So I love how the guides always want to bring it back to self. And we're seeing, this is Cobalto Calcite, which is a beautiful, beautiful stone. And here's some crystal healing, some crystal energy for all of you with the Cobalto Calcite. So bringing it back to self-love. That's a number 4 that's coming out. And I feel that this is really powerful because it is a softening. It's divine feminine. So it's just giving yourself grace. That's part of the healing that I'm seeing for everybody here. And we're getting Smoky Quartz Record Keeper number 24 with knowledge. So this is definitely a time where you're going to be receiving a lot of information. The Smoky Quartz is very protective. So, you know, a lot of you, you're holding wisdom that is very, very high level. Even regarding healing, many of you, like, you have a lot of the keys and the tools to healing. That's something that I think the plant kingdom, with that plant spirit, you're holding a lot of information and tools and keys into how to heal, both emotionally and physically. So that's really important. So that energy is protected. Also, because inside of this grid, I'm just noticing here, inside of this crystal grid is black kyanite, which clears all of the chakras. Black kyanite comes in to like really eradicate lower energies. Like, it really comes in and it clears denser, lower energies. And it's also known as the witch's broom. So there's like kind of some magic that's happening here, very, very high level, potent magic that you all are carrying within you. So knowledge of self-love, knowledge of healing, knowledge of, there's a feather here too. So some of you may be finding feathers. I know I found 2 feathers today out on my hike, and they were in 2 different places. So knowledge may be coming to you. Confirmation is through feathers. Yeah, and here, look, here's another feather. Here's the 2 feathers. Oh my goodness. So there's a feather down there, and this is the energy of peace. And you can see, like, this is so high level, very, very ethereal, and it's scosalite and tree agate. So the tree agate being very, very grounded. It's where you can feel very safe, because a lot of times, you know, the energy of peace, it comes through safety, where you can feel peaceful when you feel safe. And also the scosalite is like more of the crown chakra, I want to say. Am I saying this right? Scolactite. There we go. So the energy of peace coming in. Beautiful. Self-love, knowledge, and peace. Really nice. And let's check the bottom of the deck. We get, I can never say the name of this stone, but Ajoite. A-J-O-I-T-E, with compassion. So that's what's at the bottom of the deck. So offer yourself that compassion. You know, that's the King of Cups. He's very silently compassionate though. So this is where you're sort of honoring yourself first. You're honoring your own needs first. You're really taking into account what it is that you need, what you need for your healing, honoring your feelings. So if that's something that you're feeling like you have to bring attention back to yourself, bring some of the healing back to yourself. It's like a quietness that's happening here. It feels rather quiet. So with the compassion, I feel like this is where you can hold very clear energetic boundaries, like being very sovereign inside of your heart space, where, you know, you can send out healing, send out love and compassion, but you don't have to take on anybody else's residual energy right now. I feel like I wanted to show you this because of the colors. They're just really, really striking. So bottom of the deck for this deck was Follow Your Heart with Fairy Love. And underneath that was this beautiful mermaid with the dolphins. And she is actually holding up the earth, or she's reaching up towards the earth inside of the sea. And it says Oceana's Prayer. So the prayer of the ocean, or the goddess of the ocean, Oceana's prayer, rebirth the earth, start anew, and begin again. This is beautiful. Look at that. So lovely. So start anew and begin again. And that's being in a new season. Start anew and begin again. Follow your heart. I will leave it at that. those were the messages. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too dark. I hope that you could see the cards. Oh, let's get a final message just for those of you that were resonating with the twin flame energy. Let's get you a message. So for those of you that were resonating for twin flame, let's see what the message is. Attraction, divine soul counterpart. Attraction transcends superficiality. So yes, this is the energy of the twins right here, or divine counterparts in general. And it says attraction. And the very first card that we pulled with the dream of this feminine energy is attraction. So many of you, you are in this place in this sort of letting go and releasing of heavier energies and just stuff from the past, like this summer or this winter, for whichever season you're in. You are in a place, you're attracting this soul connection. You're a magnet for it. You're becoming a magnet for it. It transcends the superficiality. And I was sort of thinking about that today, and this doesn't have to even be love related, just about the relationships that you have in your life. You know, that you're looking for, like, I was getting this message of, you know, people that are attracted to my channel. You want something more than a physical connection. The physical connection is important, but you want something that transcends that transcends whatever those conditions are that make something feel a bit more superficial, where you know, in your life, connections, even inside of yourself, that you're healing from ideas about yourself that are more superficially based. And I get it. Like, you know, we like to look our best. We like to feel our best. We often like things that are, you know, we like to have a nice space around us. So those things can be important, but that they don't buy happiness. And that sort of things don't buy happiness. Money doesn't buy happiness. Good looks don't necessarily buy happiness. Like, you know, so the 10 of Cups, it's not superficial. It's much higher vibrational. It has the divine that's with it. So for some of you, maybe that's been something between you and your partner, or past love relationships, or inside of work situations, old friends, where it felt a bit more superficial, and you've been yearning. That little dragon there, who is the questing dragon, he's howling like a wolf. Like, have you ever seen a dragon kind of howl like a wolf? So it's like that, that longing for things that are high level. So for the twins, or for divine counterparts, yes, you are attracting, your energies want to be brought together. So that's beautiful. So let's get one more for that. And then we'll do, for those of you that are in a relationship, a happy relationship, challenges. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. So that's beautiful for the energy of twin flame or divine counterparts, that there's a victory, you know, that wants to happen, that yes, you can overcome. That's a message from spirit. You can overcome the challenges. Okay. And let's get one more. And the ones, look, if you feel like we are beyond this, in this moment, there is nothing to be overcome other than each of us moving on into a place where, you know, we're not walking the same path anymore. That's where you have Michael's sword. That's where the sword comes in, or that's where the Excalibur, that's what this is. It's Excalibur. That's where you have Excalibur to disconnect. So that's a message for some of you, you know, especially with the death card. Okay. You're going to know what it is that you love. You're going to know how you feel. Yes, deeply. We're seeing like the monk there. Okay. So deeply, that's a beautiful message. It says, look deeply within to discover your soul purpose in your relationships. And that's the King of Cups. He looks so deeply within. He is not afraid of his shadow. He is not afraid of his heart. He's not afraid even of the harder messages that come in, like, okay, it is time to let that go. It is time to move on. It is time to let that go. So the King of Cups, or the Fisher King, will look at all of that like deeply. It's deep. This is deep, okay? And also I feel like even for the twin flame or divine counterparts that are starting to come back into union, This is the acknowledgement of the deep feelings. This is a not running away from them. This is the acknowledgement that this is a connection that transcends the physical, and that it's something that is way, way deeper. And through that, I feel there's going to be this beautiful overcoming of challenges. And so let's look at, for those of you that are just in a very happy relationship, you have a partner. It doesn't mean that you're not without your own challenges. Openness. So it says, be open to accept divine guidance in your relationships. And there's a beautiful book that's open for those of you inside of your relationship. So it's knowledge, it's learning, it's transparency. I feel you're going to have, like, maybe there's a re-stimulation of your mental connection to one another. You're both, you know, maybe some of you have decided to do, it's going to sound weird, but Bible study together, or you're reading things together, you're learning things together, you're on the same page. So for those of you in a healthy and happy relationship, you are on the same page here. And you're going to be having some really beautiful open communication about how it is that you're feeling, whatever has ended inside of your lives. Like if some of you even have lost family members with the grief card of the 5 of Cups and the death card, you're going to be just communicating openly with each other. I think it's going to be really beautiful. And yeah, you're having sort of like a rekindling inside of your relationships because Cupid is there for you. So if you've been together for, you know, 17 years with the star there, you're going to be having, it's almost like when you first met, a rekindling of your connection. It says love is in the air when Cupid is around. So I think that's really beautiful. Maybe you've been wishing for that. You've been wishing to like have a new phase inside of your relationship. And that is definitely there for those of you in a relationship, which is beautiful. And we get soul. Wow. Okay, so this is interesting. It says that your soul is preparing you to reconnect, trust in the process. So for some of you inside of a relationship, maybe you have been going through some tough times because you see there's a lot of shadow around these two, but they are facing each other and they're bowing their heads in humility because they know that this connection is beautiful and it's important, and they're ready to be vulnerable and open with one another and share, and there's love that is enveloping the two of you. You have a beautiful soul connection with your person, so know that, and you're going to get really open and vulnerable with each other for those of you in a relationship. Okay, so for singles, no twin flame, no divine counterpart that you are trying to reconcile with or whatever. This is just, you are single and you are just looking for what wants to come in for you around love during this solstice portal and gateway. So let's get you some messages. Bottom of the pack is past lives. Wow. It says we reunite with our loved ones over and over again through many different lives. So it might be past life connection. And we get spiritual. Your spiritual journey is beginning. And that's part of that taking flight with that card of flight. So I feel like the two of you are, this is where you're flying towards each other. Well, if we put it that way, there we go. So yeah, there's like this energy of flying towards each other for singles. So you're ready to call in a spiritual relationship. And it says emotions, look deep within your emotions. So this would be somebody who would bring up a lot of emotions for you, but there would be very strong emotions, but also with the King of Cups coming out and the 5 of Cups, I think it's talking about the emotional realm again, that there's, you know, sort of transcending and coming into alignment, like having a mastery over your emotions. That's the King of Cups. He has a mastery over the Suit of Cups. So yeah, you're going deep right now. You're in a very deep place. Maybe some of you singles feel like you have to work some stuff out before you call in a partner. Guilt. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. So for those of you singles who this is resonating for, you may be feeling like maybe, it's interesting because there's, okay, so there's like a judge's gavel there, right? A judge's gavel. Maybe you've felt very harshly judged in the past. You felt very harshly judged, that you were somehow too emotional, too sensitive. You're too intense. You're too passionate. You have too many emotions. You're too, I don't know, like too committed, too spiritual, too spiritually inclined. You've been made to feel guilty about wanting a certain type of love, singles. So do not let that get in your way of finding love. If this is resonating for you and you are like, oh my God, that's my story, then this is a message for you. Heart, you begin to feel your heart beat faster when you are close. Look at that, 2 people coming together. You may be feeling nervous around having a new relationship for singles. You start to think about having intimacy with someone, being close to someone, and your heart starts to beat fast, or you start to get anxious. And learn. Interesting, it goes back to that openness. Let love show you how to learn from each other. So you are still, I'm hearing some of you say like, I'm just gonna be single for a long time. You know, nobody can handle me, or I've been hurt too much in the past. I have to do a lot of healing. Relationships are supposed to teach us. So there is still something that you're learning. And also it says, let love show you how to learn from each other. So that in the past, maybe you had people who they felt like they were the judge, like there was no power above them. They had final ruling, and they weren't so open to learn from you. They weren't so open to learn from love. They were someone maybe very fixed inside of their life. They had a different love language than you, past lovers, past relationships. So this is where love comes in, and it's a partner who wants to learn, wants to go through your emotions, wants the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it with you. And they're going to show that to you too. They're not going to be like that energy of like sober like a judge where there's no emotion. They're going to feel it all too. I think it's also about trusting yourself, that you have done a lot of healing. That's the dove, that you've ascended. You know, you've transcended a lot of your past patterns inside of relationships. You've done a lot of healing. Your spiritual journey is beginning inside of love. So, so trust in that, and trust that if you are calling in a partner, that you will know if it's someone who will be willing to be an equal partner on the ride with you, not make you feel guilty for having needs or guilty for having feelings, but also where you're more balanced as well. And you know how to process a lot of these emotions. And I'm telling you, for those of you who are singles, you know, you've had a lot of maybe past life karmic relationships. You yourself have had a lot of karmic relationships. Trust that you've learned from them. If you have completed those cycles and you're sort of letting go of the remnants of some of those things, then trust that you're ready, because I think that's what Spirit's showing the singles. You are ready. Your spiritual love journey is beginning. Look deep within your emotions. Don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness. You begin to feel your heart beat faster when you are close. Let love show you how to learn from one another. So that's really beautiful. And yes, look, this is where you will be rejoicing together. I love that. So beautiful. So, okay, everybody, we went 52 minutes and 59 seconds, now 53 minutes. So those were the messages. I hope that this was a good reading for all of you. I love you so very much. Have a beautiful week ahead. I don't even know what day it is right now. I think it's Tuesday as I'm filming this. So have a beautiful rest of your week. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. If you'd like to book a personal session, please do reach out. If you liked the twin flame messages, I can definitely do twin flame readings for you. I know I don't do a lot of them on my channel, but I am quite adept at them, and I really do enjoy doing them. So please let me know how I can help. I would love to. You know that I love you. So I will see you all soon. Take good care. Namaste.